I just made $1,700 in passive income on safe stablecoins, and it took me 10 seconds of work. Here I am on KuCoin. I click earn, click where it says 7% APR. Here we enter in how much to lend. It tells us our daily profits. Scroll down, check that box, hit participate. That's it. It doesn't have to be complicated to make passive income in crypto. I'll have that app linked in the description, but what if you want a higher return? Maybe you're willing to take on a bit more risk. Maybe you're willing to do a little bit more work. Well, you're in luck. Today, I'm going to go through the easiest strategy you can use to make passive income in crypto. The exact coins that I would pick for insane returns in 2024, the most dangerous risk that you need to avoid, like how to spot safe versus risky passive income within crypto, and the number one factor that'll determine your success in crypto passive income. And of course, this isn't financial advice. There's risk in everything you do. Just listen to my DGen opinion, and then you can make your own decision as to what you like best throughout this entire video. So we all know that Bitcoin has had a massive price rally over the last year or so, and this could be just the start. With the halving around the corner, we could see some massive price action happening very soon. So people are wondering, do I buy or do I sell? But what about neither? Have we forgotten about passive income? Don't fall into the trap of thinking there's only one way to make money in crypto. With the brutal costs of living worldwide just increasing month after month, extra money in passive income can be life-changing for most people, and it can be made across a range of coins and strategies. Ethereum, Solana, Polygon, there's tons of DeFi projects to make passive income. There's tons of traditional exchanges to make passive income, all with wildly different yield rates, all with wildly different risks, all making people money without doing any work. There are so many ways to make money in crypto right now. Check out this. I've been doing some safe scalp trading recently. I've been getting into it quite a bit. This is where I identify an opportunity, I hop in, and I get out real quick with a small profit while keeping my risk very, very low. Here are 3 trades in a row with small but very consistent gains of 1.3%, 2.6%, and 3.6%, all before leverage. And before you maniacs say a consistent 2% gain every day is small, I do longer term trades occasionally as well. This is one of my favorites from 2024. I bought this coin and immediately notified the Finova Patreon community about it. Then, less than a month later, the price rocketed up where we all sold for an 80% profit. I told the community step by step when to enter, when to exit, and when to take those profits. I did the work. They all made passive gains. All they did was click. Listen, those trades and so many more would have been yours if you were a member of our Patreon last month. We finally have spots open again, so go ahead and join in the description below. Staking for passive income. The simplest, zero effort, easiest strategy to making passive income from crypto is through staking. There are other strategies, sure, like yield farming, liquidity pools, but for most people, staking is going to be the go-to choice. I mean, there is another strategy that we could talk about. I'm going to cover that one at the end of the video. For now, let's look at staking and the key coins that I'd pick, starting with small but stable returns and working our way up to high, insane yields that you're going to be excited about. Staking is where you stake your crypto assets, locking them in for a certain period of time in return for income. The more you stake, the more passive income you earn. The first crypto that I like is the reliable backbone of passive income crypto. Now, full disclosure, I'm not associated with any of these projects. I'm just out here profit hunting. This first one is 26% staked, which means over a quarter of the total supply is locked in. It has an estimated annual percentage yield, APY, we're going to be using that phrase a lot, of 3.6%. I know that's not anything crazy exciting, but this isn't like most other cryptos. It has an insane track record like no other. It's a pillar of the crypto industry. That means it's just a safer place to put your money, and I'll explain why that matters in a second, but if you haven't guessed it, this project is Ethereum. Where it gets better though is when you remember the spot ETH ETF is waiting for approval that it'll likely get. What's the bet that that's going to drive the price up, just like what happened with Bitcoin? And really the reason why I want to bring up ETH, despite its relatively low APY, is a strategy that just doesn't get talked about that much. Your staked income is based on the token price. So if you buy ETH or any other coin and the price doubles, then your passive income doubles as well. What I'm getting at is we have what appears to be a massive crypto rally coming, and you're probably already holding coins like Ethereum that can be staked. So why would you not stake these coins, get that rally price appreciation, plus passive income on top of that? Let's talk about some other good coins that can also be staked. This one is a crowd favorite, especially with my fans here, and I actually have my entire supply of this coin staked. It has an annual percentage yield between 3 and 5%, and that coin is of course Cardano ADA. You can see I've earned over 2,000 ADA from staking it. This is one where I just plan to hold it long term, so why not stake it? Even though the yields aren't insane, I'm holding it. Might as well make more money. I wouldn't have had that 2,000 ADA otherwise. Perfect example of why this strategy matters so much. Next up, we have a popular project with a return of 5% in staking passive income, and and 65% of the total supply is locked in and staked. It's tied to coins, projects, and companies like Discord, Google, Brave, Meta, Shopify, and Stripe. It's reputable, it's respected, it's one of the biggest coins. It's pretty much synonymous with crypto at this point. And if you're into meme coins in 2024, you probably already own this. It's Solana. It's going to be a big year for Solana, and if you're a long-term holder, why not stake this thing? The next one has a return of around 6%. 68% of its entire supply is staked as well. That's $1.5 billion locked in, hodling, not going anywhere anytime soon. And an important point here is a very high staking percentage means there's less immediate risk of a huge sell-off because the holders are simply locked in and staking. The project is Tezos. It's an interesting blockchain that hasn't really popped off since the last rally, but it could be a target for a big pump during this current bull run. Now the returns are ramping up a little bit for this next one. This project is designed to help data be transferred across blockchains, which is an interesting use case and absolutely needed for the future of crypto. Over time, more and more we'll see the ability to communicate from one blockchain to another. That's just needed for mass adoption. We like that. It has good tech, it has good staking rewards, which is a solid combination to look out for. Over 50% of the supply is staked, and it has a 6.92% APY, which is decent passive income. Nothing earth-shattering, but outcompeting banks by a long shot. Polkadot, this is the project. It's seen 2 huge pumps, and as of the recording of this video, it's sitting around $10, and I think this one is a very, very good bet for a price spike during the next bull run. So if you're looking to grow your money and earn passive income, staking, this kind of thing, Polkadot is absolutely one to look into. Next, we see another big jump in APY from the last option. It's actually a similar but riskier project. It's tied to a bunch of other popular crypto projects like Injective, more on them later. I have to talk about them. This is where you see interesting dynamics though of the risk versus reward ratio in passive income within crypto. This project is slightly less known than Solana or Polkadot, carries more risk, but it also offers a much higher return of 13%. The project is Cosmos. We're getting into annual return territory that is exciting for anyone, but again, when it comes to those larger cap coins for passive income, I believe the play is to ride the pump in price and then stake them at the same time. So you figure out, what are these medium to large cap coins that I think are going to pop off? Are they stakeable? That's just another reason to buy into that thing, hold it through the price appreciation, get the staking income, get the appreciation income, cash out the profits that make sense for you, and you just make more money. That's the play that I see that just seems obvious for this coming bull run. The next project is one that I've talked about before. There is a ton to like about them. Just look at its price history. There's a whole lot of green, steady, resilient, going up. On this channel, I've been talking a lot about the power of narratives and how they drive bull run investors towards specific projects. They hear AI is the next big thing and they jump on AI altcoins. But do you know what else drives them? Solid, undeniable price history. They see lots of green and they start thinking there's a lot more green where that came from. People use past price performance as the #1 indicator for future results. The project is Celestia. For staking, it comes with a 13.89% return, which is obviously very good. 55% of the total supply is staked, which shows people believe in this thing enough to hodl it. And as far as I'm concerned, this is definitely one to look into. I suspect that it's underpriced. I suspect that it's going to pump, and it's got a juicy enough APY to reward that risk. With any coin, there are risks, especially with staking. But the pieces seem to be falling together on this one. What are your thoughts? This one really is piquing my interest. Now, we have another project that I've spoken about before. It's popping up all over the place for one big reason. It's the center of the gaming narrative. It's tied to a bunch of interesting looking games like Off the Grid. It's got a similar appealing price history to Celestia, so I like it for many of the same reasons. More green, more investor bait. You just see that line going up and you know people are going to be excited about it. If you want to grow your money, I think that this is a good choice to look at. Then you factor in its 8.48% APY, and this is a nice potential passive income choice as well. And sure, you'll only make massive returns in this passive income if you've invested a large amount, but combined with the bull run potential price appreciation here, I think this is one you want to consider. And that project is, of course, Avalanche. Okay, back to the increasingly massive returns. This one saw a rally throughout 2024 and has since dipped a bit in price. This isn't the last that we're going to hear of this project though. Its positioning, its narrative are absolutely top notch. A blockchain specifically built for finance, ties to Mark Cuban and Binance. There's a lot here that seems like a long-term prospect. People will believe in it, which if you're looking to stake, is exactly what you want. But what does the staking side of things look like exactly? Well, 50% of the supply is staked, that's great, with a 13.59% APY, so it looks crazy good. The project is called Injective, but hold on a second, because I do have concerns. There's a lot of VC money in this one, and we need to be careful whenever we see that, because this could be a case of whales just pumping and dumping the price on everyone else. So do I like it? Sure. Like I said, there's a lot to like here, but there are some red flags that make me a little bit hesitant. So just tread lightly on a project like this one. And there's another risk that I'm going to talk about in a second that you can avoid, that you absolutely need to understand for all of these. But first, let's look at another coin that's been swept up in the AI narrative, which, let's be honest, is taking the world by storm. And I don't see that slowing down anytime soon. Just look at how Nvidia soared throughout 2023 and 2024. There's gonna be a lot of companies attaching to that narrative and a lot of people looking for similar returns. People are hungry for AI and money is flowing to altcoins like this one. Its price has climbed back up to around $5.40, but I think it can go even higher. This one, it might feel late, but like Injective, I'm not so sure. Like, remember, halving hasn't hit yet. That's historically when prices surge. When it does, it's a good bet that the bull run is going to kick off, triggering a wave of new investment into altcoins, and AI will likely be ground zero, taking this project called Akash up with it. So how does it look from a staking perspective? Well, if you look at the estimated APY of 16.15%, it looks insane. For reference, that's over 3 times what many banks are offering right now. However, like Injective, there is risk here. There's always risk in locking up your money and staking your money or holding any coin. So that's the balance that you want to make a decision on. What kind of return do you want? And how much risk can you actually tolerate? The number one risk factor in staking is overexposing yourself to one coin. Luckily, there's a few ways that you could solve that. For example, you could use a second strategy for making additional passive income like lending, which is what I showed at the beginning of this video. Rates right now on a variety of platforms are pretty good, like 4 to 7% to lend stable coins. So there's no volatility in price there on a stable coin because it's just tagged to the dollar. I've been lending on KuCoin for years now, and their 7% return on stablecoins is one of the best that I've seen so far. But a good point here is crypto lending gets way more juicy during a bull run, when the bull market is soaring and people are looking for all the cash they can possibly have to invest in a coin and earn a return. So the quantity of available cash goes down. Thus, if you just look at supply and demand, rates can go up. During the last bull run, I saw lending rates for a short period go as high as 120% APY on stable coins, on essentially the dollar. That was in a world where federal interest rates were essentially zero. So imagine what could happen when the market really starts surging this time in a world where Fed rates are over 5%. When it's already expensive to get money, we could see potentially some absurd returns on stable coins. You'll have to keep an eye on that and understand these strategies and be ready to use them when the market gives these opportunities, or you can just subscribe to this channel and I'll let you know whenever I find these opportunities. Everything I reference will be linked in the description. Join the Finova Patreon to get access to all my winning trades in real time and all my strategies. And if you're looking for more ideas on the hottest altcoins right now, check out this video on screen. Love you. Goodbye.